what do you do after the sales? So is your sales process currently built to scale, or is it prone to break? So many a times when we face clients in the education industry, they are struggling to scale the business. They have tons of leads, sales reps are closing the deals, but somewhere within the pipeline or within the deal process, it usually breaks. So this is another scenario that commonly happens. So let's take it as sales close a customer. This is what possibly it looked like. The sales now update your CRM system, and then later on, you'll try to notify the operation team. So first thing, even myself as a customer, if I were to make payment and want to start the process, I would want to receive a thank you message almost immediately. It is kind of like understanding that yes, I have completed the payment and your team as a business is aware of what are the next steps that's going to happen. Secondly, I want to understand what are the clear next steps within the first day so that I can get myself prepared. And I want to make sure that I'm not forgotten. So these are the common problems that we see. Thirdly, we want someone from your company to actually reach out to me within 2 to 3 days. And lastly, I will hope that there's an orientation or kickoff that happens within the first week. If not, I will feel that the service level of a particular company, right from the get-go of the sales closure, is not really there. But usually, if anything of these breaks, it's usually somewhere that happens within the operation team, and we call it the gap. All right. So if your business is currently facing some of these gaps, this is what could be what it looks like today. There's a chance that your sales team closes a deal and says, yes, it's done. Your ops teams get notified sometimes, and to make the situation worse, they do not have the context of what is happening. No task is being created internally. Everyone just knows what to do. Someone eventually remembers to send a welcome email to the customer, and then the sales notes will live in somebody's inbox, WhatsApp chat, or memory. It means that whatever that the sales discussed with the customer is not being the information is not being passed on to the operation team. Eventually, the worst thing is everyone thinks someone else is going to do the next step. That will actually leave the customer hanging and ultimately a poor service level. So this is the kind of impact that will actually happen to the particular customer. There's a lot of inconsistent client experience. There could be a delayed kickoff, which means there is a loss of time to value. There's a lot of poor internal communication and coordination. So that leads to a lot of chicken and egg story, right? There's momentum loss right from the get-go of the deal closure. So if there's a lot of momentum, it means that your operation isn't ready to take the business to scale. Because of this, because there's a fragile process, it means that your entire process is not possible, it's not scalable. And that's where you may want to start to look into a possible automation. So what we actually do for our clients, this is the kind of expectations with Hubspot automation. Immediately when a sales update, a sales closure into the CRM, we could send out an immediate trigger to a welcome email to the customer, meaning to say the customer will receive a welcome email immediately. Second thing, we could send them an onboarding email, whether to get the customer prepared. Maybe there are some common questions that you want the customer to fill so that your ops team can just dive right into it and get things going. You don't need the delivery team to go back to the customer to ask the commonly asked questions. So these are the two things that can be sent out automatically if it's a repeatable and manual process. Thirdly, you want to assign to a delivery team. That means immediately you will assign an owner. There will be a reminder of a task kickoff. You can set off internal date timeline so that internally you know that there's the next step to do, and if it's not done, somebody will be notified. Because everything is kept in HubSpot, all the sales information that have been communicating to customers can be recorded, and whatever that is recorded can be passed on to the delivery team seamlessly. It's not it won't be a double job. At the end of the day, if the delivery team do not even do the kickoff, we can even automate where it notify back the sales to the sales rep, so the sales rep can do an internal chasing just to ensure that you want to close up any loose ends if that is a common mistake that's happening in your current business. So this is the kind of automation that we are looking at when it comes to, now we have covered the leads to sales handoff. This automation is mainly for the sales to operation handoff.